102.7 Kiss FM. It's time for Bring Everybody In, Ryan's Roses. Dear Ryan and Sisney, I found a verification code for Tinder in my husband's messages and confronted him about it. All right, so let's get to that. Emily and Carson. Emily, good morning. Now, tell me, you found this verification code for Tinder. I'm not on Tinder. What does that mean?
It kind of means like, so you're trying to log in to Tinder, and it's like kind of that two-step verification. So like you're trying to log in, and then it sends you a text like, is this your phone number? And if it is, then you can log in.
Okay. Now, you confronted him. What did he say?
Yeah, so I was just looking at it and scrolling through his phone looking for a phone number, and I saw it, and I was like, what the hell is this, right? And he just goes, he's like, oh, it must be spam. Like, he didn't look me in the eye, and he just acted like it was not a problem and just told me it was spam.
Right. Who can explain? Is that a likely scenario, isn't he, on Tinder?
No. I don't know. I've never been on Tinder.
No, it's not likely that you just randomly get an email from Tinder if you're not on Tinder.
Okay, got it. Hang on one second. We're going to call your husband next here at 102.7. It's Kiss FM. Emily and Carson. Ryan's Roses. We're in the middle of a Ryan's Roses. Emily's on the line and Carson. She is married, and she said she addressed this with her husband, and he just kind of blew it off. Found a verification code for Tinder in her husband's messages and confronted him. So I guess Emily thinks that her husband's on Tinder. That's what's happening here. Emily, how long have you been married?
11 years.
Emily, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then your husband's name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
You have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
We're going to do that now. Be very quiet until we tell him he's on the air. Let's see if we can find out, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Roman?
Yeah, it's Roman.
Hi, good morning. My name is Tamara. I'm calling from the LA Florist. We actually deliver all over LA, Carson, the South Bay, and today we're offering local residents a promotion with free dozen red roses. You can send them to anybody that you'd like. They are free. We're just trying to promote our business. Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah, if it's free. I didn't sign up for any, like...
No. You may have purchased something online in the last 6 to 18 months and opted to receive promotional stuff from local vendors.
All right.
I just need the name of the person that you would want to send them to. I don't need any like credit card info or cash from you. These are free.
Okay, great. Can I just pick them up? It's local, you said, right?
Yeah, we can start. You can pick them up if you want to. Can we do the note?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you just send them to me? Just send them to me. Thank you.
You don't want to write the note for someone?
I mean, if I'm getting the flowers, I want the flowers. I guess just if there's a note, just put my name and then put, you are amazing, and then sign my own name. I want the flowers, yeah. Thank you.
You're not going to send them to anybody?
I mean, to myself.
You're going to send the flowers to yourself. You don't want to send them to another person?
No, I don't want to put that on a note or anything.
Roman, your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that. I have your wife, Emily, on the line. I'll explain this later, but why aren't you sending roses to Emily? And why are you being so cagey?
What?
Why are you being so cagey about the roses? Why would you send them to your wife, Roman?
God, why are we on the radio?
Because your wife reached out and said you're on Tinder trying to find something outside your marriage. So why don't you just tell her what's going on, Roman?
Nothing's, babe. Are you there? Nothing's going on.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe this. It's not what you think. Okay. I was going to give you the flowers.
Okay. No, Roman. We need to know if it's not what we think. Are you on Tinder looking for other opportunities?
Yes and no. I am on Tinder, but I'm not looking for other opportunities.
Then why are you on
Absolutely
Tinder?
Not. I'm on for a coworker.
What?
You're on Tinder for a coworker.
That makes no sense.
What does that
Tell us
mean?
what you mean.
Okay, my friend that I work with, his name's Todd. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Okay, you remember Leela?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, they were engaged. They got a place together, but they broke up, and they still live together because it's like a complicated situation. And she's super jealous, even though they're not together. But Todd asked me to go on Tinder as him to help him find dates.
What, didn't you guys do that, Sisney, Tanya?
Yeah.
But it was Tanya's account.
Correct.
Okay, well, no, it wasn't Roman's. So, Roman, I believe, I don't know. I
But
kinda
why wouldn't you
believe
tell your wife this from the start? Hey, I'm going to be doing this just so you know.
I mean, I should have, obviously.
And when
but
she
if
confronted
you're calling-
you, didn't she confront you about this already?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's just weird. I panic when you ask me. I shouldn't have lied. I'm sorry. But also, I'm sorry, babe. It's also fun. I mean, if you want to do it with
Why
me,
don't you guys do it
we can-
together?
No, it's
I mean,
not
Emily,
fun.
that would help.
It's not fun that you're lying and that you panicked. I think you're lying.
You don't think
Well,
he's out
it's
for
weird,
his
right?
friend at work?
I think you're lying. Roman.
Well, Emily, why don't you get to Roman and get inside the Tinder and see what's going down?
Happily,
Yeah.
hey, I'll give you. You can critique my writing if you want.
And also, why don't you call Todd? Emily, why don't you find out from Todd what the deal is?
Yeah. I mean,
It's very easy to check Roman's work here. What's the deal, Todd? All right, we're going to let you guys go. Okay?
All right.
All right, good luck.
Babe, it's nothing to worry about. I promise you.
So I think I believe Roman.
I don't know.
All right, so here's the scenario on Ryan's Roses if you missed it. She found out that her husband was on Tinder. He said he was doing it for a friend at work to type and, say all the right things to get his friend at work a date. Now, you guys did a version of this, Tanya and Sissany.
Yeah, but also, I gave Sisney and Sierra my phone, so they would do it on my phone. It's not like I gave them, they had Hinge on their phones
No.
and they were logging in as me. It would be when I was here and I would just give them my phone. I
Yeah.
feel like that's another
kinda
layer.
the same concept, though. He's messaging women for his friend like you messaged men for Tanya.
Sure, but it sounds like he's doing it alone.
Yeah. Sketch.
And we don't know if he's actually doing it for his. I mean, I'd be curious to see the profile. Does the profile say Todd?
Or if he's doing it, he says he's doing it for Todd, but he's just willy-nilly just messaging girls and getting a weird.
He didn't seem so surprised.
What really is messing with me right now is the fact that she already confronted him and he lied to her. That was his chance when she confronted him weeks ago or whenever.
So he's
this
got no
happened.
credibility.
Exactly. That was his chance to come clean, and he didn't come clean then. And so what? You panicked? I don't buy it.
Julia, you heard that in Van Nuys. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of feel like, once you lie once, you probably lied probably about a lot of things. It doesn't change the fact that it's his wife. And yeah, people swipe for their friends, but, he lied. So he lied to his wife. And another thing, I hated how he found the whole thing so funny. That's not funny.
Take it very lightly here. It's not.
Very tasteless.
So I don't know. I guess when I hear you and Sisney and Tanya talk about it, but he didn't sound like he was lying to me.
I don't actually think he's lying. I actually believe the guy, but it's it doesn't even matter that he was lying or not about the Tinder thing, but because he lied to his wife regardless. And yeah, that's not okay. That's also a weird thing to lie about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Julia. Can you trust him?
No.
Well, you know what they say about trust. It's like a sticker. Once it's removed, it may stick again, but not as strong as it holds when you first stick it.
Oh, they say that?
They do.
It's actually smart. It's true.
That's why they keep saying it.
Mm-hmm.
102.7 Kiss FM. It's time for Ryan's Roses. Let me get Raquel on the lines here. Raquel, thank you very much for reaching out to us. How you holding up?
I'm doing all right.
All right, just to reiterate the email that you sent, this is what we got. It's a public service. She's looking for peace of mind in her marriage, and she said she got an alert from the baby monitor, the device. There was a woman in our bedroom at 10:47 a.m. on a Wednesday while you were at work, she says. I thought my husband was at work as well. Now, you sent us a screenshot of the baby monitor, and I cannot see her head, but is it a nightgown she's wearing or a dress?
It's a flowered dress.
A flower, like a thin material, sort of flowy material flowered dress, and she's almost. There's no movement in what you have sent to us. It's almost like she's tiptoeing through your bedroom. I feel like she has that sort of body language.
Kind of scary looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, basically what had happened is this is an old baby monitor that we don't use anymore. So we completely forgot that I had it there, but I got an alert because of a loud noise. So I checked it, and basically what you're seeing is just like a random screen grab. It's upside down because we literally haven't used it in so long. But I could hear through that my husband's voice and this woman's voice, and saw that picked up the screen grab from that.
Okay.
Did you say anything to your husband about this? Because, you have the evidence.
And no, if I'm being honest, I've just been really postpartum lately, and maybe I'm just being paranoid. I hope I am, but I don't know. It just seems really weird to me.
Okay. Hang on for a second. We're going to play this track. Let me see if we can get everything organized to call your husband next. Ryan's Roses on KISS. We're in the middle of Ryan's Roses. Raquel reached out to us, and we see photo evidence of a screenshot from the baby monitor. There was a woman in their bedroom at 10:47 a.m. while Raquel was at work, and she thought while her husband was at work too. Raquel, I just want to ask you, in the shot that we see, I can see the woman in her dress walking by the baby monitor camera. Is that a door, an exterior door to your backyard that's open also in the shot?
Yes, that's something I'm also concerned about because that's a door to the backyard, and we never open those. So, I mean, another thing I was wondering is if it was so he could or she could sneak out if I had come home or something.
So, like a quick escape.
Why does your brain go to he's cheating? Could this be somebody that's coming in to install blinds or something? I don't know.
Well, I thought he was supposed to be at work, and nobody ever really comes into our home like that. There was nothing planned. We didn't have any kind of maintenance needed, and he didn't mention anything to me about anybody coming by or what this could be.
Does he not get the same alert you get on his phone?
No, this one is called it's a Lollipop, so it's an old one that we used when my firstborn was in our room in a pack and play, but he's in his own room now. He has a nice one in his room. So this one's mostly forgotten about. It doesn't do temperature, doesn't record video or anything, and I honestly had forgotten it was there. So, no, I don't think he's getting notifications to his phone.
Okay, let me get into this now. We are going to call your husband and offer him the roses, try and find out who he sends them to. Let's see if he sends them to you, if there's another name that's top of mind. I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call and then his name. Go ahead.
All right, Ryan, you have my permission to call.
We're going to do it right now. Be very quiet, and here we go. Good luck.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Andrew, please?
It is.
Hi, my name is Monique. I'm calling from Shining Star Flowers. We actually deliver mainly in La Habra and surrounding cities, and offering a promotion today for local residents. It's a free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like.
What?
It's a free dozen red roses that you can send. They're absolutely free. I don't need cash or anything like that. We're just trying to promote our business. Is there somebody that you would want to send flowers to?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what?
We can start with the name
info?
of the person.
All right. Well, Raquel, my wife, Raquel.
Wonderful. And what would you like to put on the card?
How about to the best mom in the world? We love you so much.
Andrew, your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I'm jumping in here to let you know that. And we've got your wife, Raquel, on the phone. My name is Ryan. I've got Sisney and Tanya with us. And
Hello.
Raquel reached out to us about something that I think she wants you to explain, Andrew. So while we're here, can you explain who was in your bedroom the other day, not too long ago, at 10:47 a.m.? It was a Wednesday morning at 10:47 a.m. And we have a screenshot of a woman in a flowy, light, sort of summery, materially dress that's walking through your bedroom. Does that make any sense to you?
Oh, yeah. Well, hi, Ann. I really wish you had just asked me about it. It's very explainable.
You can. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, you know how we have always been commenting about all the realtors that have been knocking on our door lately?
Yeah.
And I know you always say, no way, don't let them in, that you don't want to move, and the house is a mess.
Yeah, I don't, and it is.
All right. So, you know, I had printed something out for work that I needed, and I left it on the printer, so I ran home to grab it. And while I was there, this realtor knocked on the door, and I thought, you know what? I'm curious about what the house is worth, you know, how much it's increased in value. So I just said, all right, come on in, let me know the numbers. And that's it. I swear that's it. There was nothing else to it than that.
You know I don't want to move.
Why didn't you tell your wife you were doing this? Yeah, and she doesn't want to move. Why this step?
Well, I'm not sure that I do either. And I respect what she's saying, but, you know, I don't know if they said that it's, you know, 20 times worth what we paid for it. I mean, I just was interested in knowing. You know?
It does make sense, Raquel, why all the doors might be open. I'm looking now closer at the photo. It looks like the house is all sort of opened up for viewing.
Well, yeah, because I wanted her to view it. And I know we don't use those back doors that much, but I thought, hey, that's a nice feature. Buyers might be interested in seeing that. It's picturesque. So it's nice and airy. And that was my only thought process behind that.
Well, Raquel, do you believe Andrew?
Yeah, yes.
I do too.
I do too.
So are you guys going to move? Like, what's the next conversation here?
I don't know about that. We're definitely going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, no, and really, I will let you know the figures that she gave when when I see you, and I'll even show you her business card. I promise you nothing funny is going on. I am really sorry that scared you.
Okay.
All right, you two.
Okay.
Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Andrew. This may be the happiest ending we've ever had on Orion's Roses.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Every Monday, every Thursday. I totally believe Andrew. Orion's Roses. Because, I mean, how sloppy would it have been if he knows there's a camera in the bedroom? The baby monitor's in the bedroom, and he's got a woman walking through. Turns out somebody might help him sell their place.
Yeah. But he should have just told his wife about the whole thing in general.
Yeah, he said it. Maybe he's getting around to it. I don't know. He could probably tell me anything, and I believe him the way he sounded.
I know. He sounded very
He sounded
innocent.
like, God, that guy could sell me anything.
Which
got
could
that,
be
like-
scary.
No, I don't want it to be scary. I want to think about the good in him.
Okay.
This is a good ending on Ryan's Roses. The man has the most, like, okay, I believe you, whatever you tell me voice, and I want to hug him.
Right.
I want to hug him.
Good morning. Ryan Seacrest with you, Sisney and Tanya. We just had a Ryan's Roses. Andrew and Raquel married. This is pretty fascinating because she sent a screenshot of a woman walking through their bedroom while they were supposed to be at work. She was away at work, 10:47 a.m. It was a Wednesday morning. He was away at work, allegedly. And then you see this woman in a dress walking through the bedroom. Initially, I thought, well, how could you possibly explain that? She's in their room.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he did explain it. And in a way that I don't really have any follow-up questions for him because not only do I believe him, his wife believes him.
But she's spiraling. So like her brain goes to spiral mode when she sees something like this instead of just
Wait a
asking
minute.
him about it or
You saw a man in your bedroom and you
You'd
were away
spiral.
here.
well, if I saw a man in my bedroom, I'd be very
a woman in your bedroom.
concerned.
Well, a woman in your bedroom. If you saw any person in your bedroom.
I
and you
would
were here,
ask
you'd wanna-
Michael right away. I wouldn't like my brain wouldn't go to, oh my God, he's cheating on me. I'd be like, what? How do you explain this?
Yeah, true.
Which- She didn't do that. She came to us and she had the video and the photo
Mm-hmm.
of it, and I couldn't. I thought this guy, okay, he's like in real trouble here.
Right, but also like what? Like that guy seems so nice. Why is she scared to go to him if he's so nice?
He's the night. It may be the most huggable, is the word I keep coming back to, guy that we've had in Ryan's Roses.
She did mention that she is dealing with postpartum. And so maybe she's dealing with like a part of postpartum depression where you kind of just like are so insecure about yourself and you have all these thoughts running through your head. And I've definitely been there, but for her to just think that he's cheating makes me think that there's other issues in the marriage.
So it turns out it was a person that might help them sell their place, but because they were they getting offers or people were knocking on the door? Or they had
Yeah, that
some
happens
heat.
all the time in my neighborhood.
Had some heat. People want to just buy your place?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
walk
Letters,
up to the
emails, they'll leave their
Wait, the
stuff.
brokers or
Mhm.
just the brokers do?
The brokers do.
Well, let's get into it.
I just bought this house. I'm not
Flip
moving.
that. Flip that. Flip it.
In due time. In due time.
Serena, I like Andrew. I believe Andrew. Raquel, his wife, believes Andrew. I don't think that there's cheating going on. I think maybe he missed a beat in trying to, fill her in on what he did by having this real estate person come into the house to look at the house for potential sale. But in my mind, it's reason to celebrate. It's a very good ending. What'd you hear, Serena, in Long Beach?
I agree. I actually think that's really sad because, if anything, it's a lesson in communication. You know, if he had just told her about the realtor, or if she had just asked him about the woman in their house, I think all of this could have been avoided. And I feel like it's really a thing nowadays. You know, me and my husband, sometimes we go days without even checking in with each other about what happened today or how we're feeling. And I just feel like you have to kind of make it a practice, to communicate openly about things like that so that you kind of avoid this kind of thing. It's completely avoidable.
Yeah. But communication. It's like what
I
we
think it's
do
about
for a
communication. They could have
living.
communicated.
But that's what we do for a living.
Yeah,
Like
that's
our-
why we want
our
to shut it off when we get home.
livelihood here is based on communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we get home, it's like I've never communicated before in my life sometimes. And I've done it for 6 hours that same day.
Right. It's like pulling teeth for Michael to get something out of me. And I'm just like, well, I just don't know. I got nothing.
Is anybody here, Tanya? Are you a? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm like, are you kidding me? I have family meetings. I love every night I check in. How was your day? What'd you do? Who'd you talk to? How many emails did you send?
And
How
do
many
you always
emails
get
did you
no
send?
responses from that? Like, doesn't anybody say?
Well, because
I'm
I
tired?
asked Robbie how your day was, and he's just like, great, fine.
Me
So
too.
I had to
That's how
ask a million questions
Thank
to
you,
get
Serena.
anything.
But why? If he just says great, fine. He just. I don't know.
Move on to the
I'm
next
not
thing.
the kind of person
The
that wants
things
to
you're planning.
rehash. Like, I don't want to rehash my day.
I know what you mean.
And I honestly, who did we have on last hour? We had Ryan's Roses last hour. Before that, we talked about Mariana and her sweater or something. So it's hard to remember what we do.
I know.
But Ryan's Roses with a happy ending. I just want to take a moment. If you heard it, where were you when?
A happy ending with a lesson. Communicate.
Do you know my stomach actually turned over a minute ago when Tanya said we have meetings, family, she calls daily, weekly
Do you
meetings.
put them on the calendar?
I sure do. And I make an agenda for the meeting.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody skip it?
Well, it's just Robbie and myself, so you can't really
okay.
skip it. But I entice him because I go to his favorite hotel bar. So we have our meeting at his favorite hotel bar so that he can.
You do a meeting over a cocktail.
Yeah.
Well, anything with booze helps.
Yeah, all right.
That's
we'll come to those.
how I get. That's how I get him.
We'll
get
be
him
part of
in.
the family.
Exactly.